It is now time to turn our attention to celebrating and honoring one remarkable couple's leadership and commitment to opening doors to higher education.
Tom and Sherry Barrat exemplify the power and wisdom of investing in the community for the greater good. The Barratts' long-standing leadership in our community has opened and will continue to open doors to opportunity. They are longtime supporters of many local organizations, including the Community Foundation, where Sherry served on the board for 9 years, including 3 as our chair. And as many of their contributions to this community, their commitment to scholarships stands out because not only do Tom and Sherry embody the meaning of philanthropy in word and deed, they also teach its tenets.
And it all started with the Thanksgiving Fund. As their family gathered for Thanksgiving 15 years ago, Sherry and Tom pitched an idea. To teach the essential value of philanthropy, Sherry and Tom would make $1,000 available to each family member to give to a charity of their choice.
There was one provision. Each needed to describe the work of the nonprofit and tell the family why they wanted to support it. It was all designed to help their family think about what they cared about, take the time to research the cause, and make a call to the heart during each season of thanks. And so the Thanksgiving Fund was born.
Now, a few years later, their 2 young grandchildren made a pitch of their own. They would pool their contributions with their parents and give a scholarship to a local high school senior. Those early scholarships sparked a more permanent idea. Over time, Sherry and Tom were inspired by their grandchildren to establish the Barrat Scholarship Fund at the Community Foundation with the intention of supporting local students majoring in computer science, artificial intelligence, or applied data science, all topics near and dear to Tom's heart.
Tom has said it is important that he and Sherry make a big difference in a few lives and that they take great pride in giving where they live. Well, Tom and Sherry, you've made a big difference in more than just a few lives. Let's hear from those closest to you, your family, about the indelible impact you both have had. Let's take a look.
Philanthropy is really a family value with us, beginning with the Thanksgiving Fund, but the way that they live their lives too. So much of their day-to-day is thinking about others.
It's not only about caring about the community and wanting to help. For them, it's a teaching moment. It was a teaching moment with our family.
I think I was in the 4th grade, and they sat us down one Thanksgiving and said, we have this idea for this fund. The goal is obviously to help people, but also to teach my sister and I, the benefits of philanthropy and just teach us how to be good citizens of the world, I think.
But when I became a high school student myself and started to think about going to college, many of my friends were faced with the similar problem about funding. So my brother and I put our minds together and realized that the Thanksgiving Fund could be a great vehicle to enable a lot of our classmates to go to school.
And what we found with scholarships is that is one of the most personal ways to give. You know exactly who's getting that help. We've been fortunate to be able to follow up with many of our scholarship recipients and the ones through the Community Foundation we know are thriving and excelling in their fields already.
And without them, I don't think I would have ever been able to dream as big as I have been or push myself to the extent. Without their encouragement, without their kindness, and without their help. And it's only helped me push myself further and understand where I want to go for a career path and that I want myself to succeed. And I'm grateful that they have given me the opportunity to be able to do that for myself.
Tom and Sherry, you've heard me say this to you many times, but you are both mentors to me. And if I can
do half of what you've done in this lifetime, I will have made a difference in the world.
I think they see the good in a lot of the world when, it's easy not to. And I think through their philanthropy, they're investing in the good in the world.
They walk the walk. They really do live this in the way that they are with us as family, their friends, the community. They seek to understand and illuminate others.
As someone who benefited directly from their generosity, I would like to tell them that I'm so grateful for their time and their effort into the Community Foundation, but also towards myself.
Mom and Dad, I am so proud of you for the parents and grandparents that you are, the leadership that you've given our family. And I hope that your receiving this award inspires others in the community to take on something like the Thanksgiving Fund with their families at whatever scale they're comfortable with, and that we start a movement in Palm Beach County. How cool would that be?
In recognition of their long-standing leadership and commitment to the community and its students, please help me present the Community Foundation's 2025 McIntosh Award to Tom and Sherry Barrat.
Oh my goodness. The whole family, aren't they amazing? We are so blessed. Thank you, Bill and Denise. Great job with your children. That's very, very tough to follow. Tom, I think we accomplished what we set out to do, don't you?
Wow. Wow.
We did. Well, never too old to learn, never too young to lead, right? Words that we live by. So when we created the Thanksgiving Fund, one of our objectives really was to reinforce what was already a very strong family ethos of giving back, of helping others. Our grandchildren were young, and we thought that by providing them some learning opportunities, we might learn a few things as well, and we did. We wanted our grandchildren to have the experience, the financial responsibility of making one of those financial decisions, and we wanted to give them the joy of giving. But mostly, we wanted to foster an active discussion at least once a year about how we can help others. We wanted to promote an outward focus on the world and the people around us. So you've heard how it works. One key step, though, in the process is that we ask each family member, excuse me, they got me a little teary. We ask each of our grantors to make personal contact with the organization before they send the check or as they send it, to tell the organization who they are and why they're making a donation. And this has produced some interesting results. And there is one story that we'll never forget. And I'm going to take you back to the Thanksgiving Fund's first year. So 9-year-old Matthew directs his grant to the Children's Hospital of Colorado. The Rivas family was living in Denver at the time. Why? Because one of Matthew's classmates was a spina bifida baby, and she had had many surgeries there and was about to face some more. So, as instructed, Denise calls the development department at the hospital to tell them that they're going to receive a check from the Thanksgiving Fund and why. Next thing that happens, a very smart development officer calls Denise, calls her back, and asks if she will bring Matthew to the hospital next week to present the check in person, because as fate would have it, Matthew's classmate and her mother would be there participating in a fundraising event for the spinal surgery program. So, The hospital wanted it to be a surprise, and it sure was. So there you go. So Matthew is introduced. Isn't that great? He's going to love that we showed these 9-year-old pictures of him. Anyway, he is introduced. He tells the Thanksgiving Fund story, and everyone starts crying, right? The mother cries, the little girl cries, the doctors cry, Denise and Matthew cry. But of course, they set a great new fundraising record. So it all worked out. So what a great first giving experience for Matthew, right? But we did think it was important to advise him that he shouldn't expect such fanfare every time he gave away some money. So anyway, so the genesis of our Barrat Family Scholarship is in the Thanksgiving Fund, as you've heard. And it all started with granddaughter Elise wanting to donate and direct her first contribution to help one of her high school classmates go to college. And later, Denise and Gil and Matthew joined Elise and pooled their contributions to make a larger scholarship available. So their experience is what inspired Tom and me to create our scholarship fund and to do it through the Community Foundation, which I'll talk a little bit about later. So there are two key features of our scholarship. A Barrat Scholar receives $20,000 a year for 4 years. And the second feature, and their area of study, as you've heard, will be in the computer sciences, information technology, and emphasis on artificial intelligence. And that field, of course, was chosen and inspired by Tom, and Tom's going to tell you why.
Thank you for this amazing honor. We're just blown away. We really appreciate it. We chose to support students who want to go into the information technology field and artificial intelligence because it's the future. If anybody uses ChatGPT, that's just a tiny piece of it. This high demand and strong career opportunity for a top student with skills in computer science and AI and machine learning. Top graduates will have the ability to work in almost any field. This is a major that's dear to my heart. I started my career as a banker and then moved into the computer software business. Back then, data processing was the future. I was lucky enough to be involved in some cutting-edge projects, and I saw how technology improves lives and moves the world forward. There is an impressive talent in our local high school graduates, and some need financial help to pursue their dream and their determination, as we saw, to go to college. Our scholarship program is a commitment to fund them for 4 years. If they keep their grades up, they don't have to scramble looking for new funding every year. And by partnering with the Community Foundation, they are helping us achieve our goal of finding strong candidates and the opportunity to listen to their stories. We're grateful to be able to partner with such a great organization.
Great. Thank you, Tom. So we're helping 2 students now. One is at Stanford and one is at Duke. Both have strong family ties to Palm Beach County. They are truly remarkable young people, and our hats are off to them and to all the Community Foundation scholars who have worked so hard and are so determined to get that college degree. So our hats are off to you. So why did we choose to partner with the Community Foundation instead of creating a fund at our alma maters or, heaven forbid, doing it on our own? Not a good idea. First, because one of the things we learned through Denise and Gil's experience is that administering a scholarship is a lot of work. Second, because we are agnostic about which school they go to, as long as they go to a good one. The Community Foundation makes it easier with a professional staff dedicated to the scholarship program, and they are overseen by a committee of the board of directors. From recruiting applicants to conducting interviews to handling the financial transactions, they take care of the complexities so we can focus on the joy of choosing a recipient and following their progress. The foundation even provides what they call wraparound services to help the students stay in school, coaching them to successfully navigate the college experience, because it's not just about the money, as you've heard. Several years ago, a friend, Dr. Dennis Scallon, who's here today, had just retired as president of Palm Beach State College, and he had joined our Community Foundation board, and he said something to me that really got my attention. He said that many of his students were just one flat tire away from having to drop out. Think about that margin. Well, the Community Foundation also has a flat tire fund, is the way I think about it, to help students with emergency expenses. So Tom and I want to invest in students who live here and who will hopefully return here. And I think we have a couple of good examples in Jeff Bezos and Ken Griffin, two local guys that made good and came back, so you just never know. But these students can't make waves if they can't even get into the water. So let me close with a philosophical moment, if you will. Whenever I wonder if what we're doing really matters, I think of Mother Teresa. Now, for those of you who know me, that might come as a surprise, but truly, Mother Teresa. Because when she was asked if she felt that her work among the millions of people living in sickness and poverty really made a dent in the suffering, she replied, "We can do no great things, only small things with great love." A few of us are in the position and have the resources to make big systemic change, and that's very important and very challenging work. But all of us are in a position to make a positive difference using the ability and the resources that we have. Collectively, our small contributions add up. So Tom and I want to thank you for what you're doing to help others and to reinforce that big and small, it really matters. We believe that the ripples from that one small thing that you're doing and that our scholars will be doing with great love will inevitably reach our shores and lift some lives. By honoring us with the McIntosh Award, you've given us the opportunity to shine a light on the life-changing Community Foundation Scholarship Program. We're so grateful for this privilege, and we thank you.
Congratulations again, Tom and Sherry, two truly visionary donors who have made an enduring impact on the lives of their scholarship recipients. Thank you both for being champions for the community and an inspiration to us all.
And we hope that all of you are inspired by what you've heard today and the fact that we can all help address the growing need for scholarships in our community. Every scholarship awarded today is a step toward a larger pool of local talent and economic opportunities for entire families. The future is indeed bright and can be brighter if we choose to invest in it together.
So in case you haven't figured this out yet, we're trying to send subliminal messages to give money to the scholarship fund. Just in case you've had trouble putting all this together. So our ask today is to join the Barratts and give where you live. There are a few ways to make a difference today. Add to your fund if you're already a scholarship fund holder, open your own scholarship fund, or simply make a gift to the Community Foundation Scholarship Fund.
And if you're interested in learning more, please reach out to us, your community foundation, and we will connect you with our team who is working to build our scholarship capacity. We want to especially thank Jasmine, Dodley, and Emma for sharing their stories. You guys were terrific. Thank you. And we want to thank donors like Tom and Sherry for inspiring us all to stand alongside them in support of our area's high school students. Thank you.
With your help, we can continue to fund more students as they follow their dreams this year, for the next 40 years, and beyond that. So thank you all for being here today, and please join us again next year on February 11th, 2026 for our next Founders Luncheon. And we look forward to partnering with you in giving for good.
Yes. Thank you.